everyone, welcome back to day 3 of Vintage Christmas Day 2021 with our Teri and Kyung. What I've done so far is I've changed my cover. I decided to use those lovely little birds that I really enjoyed watching. I just think they're adorable, I really do. So I've taken that card, that vintage card, popped some lace around it, and this came off a Christmas cracker years ago. I've got a few of them hanging around, and it just made it right. It just sat right. It wasn't too much, and it just looked right. So I've finished my cover. Now, frames. You're thinking, why have we gone from Christmas to frames? Okay, Nathalie. Obviously, I'm using Nathalie's kit in this as well. The lovely Nathalie, she put in some freebies into her own group, which I will link below. And she's also given them out in Teri's group as well. Okay, so in Sweet Pea Papers and in Line.Arrow groups, you can get these. And these frames are gorgeous. They look like wood. They really do like wood. Now, Nathalie yesterday, I was watching her video, and she was showcasing these, and she was making a cover of her journal. Now, she'd done a journal before using these frames, but it looked totally different. It just shows you how different medias with different things, amazing. So I'll link that video as well, so you can go and have a look at how beautiful these are. And they're absolutely lovely. So you've got the 4 smaller ones and the 2 bigger ones. Now, she was working with this one, and I think that is absolutely adorable. I really love that. And if you back that onto card or something, you know, or even cardboard, just think of what you could do with that. It's absolutely beautiful. So then you also get these lovely images that will go inside your frames. Okay, really pretty. Look at these little lasses here. Aren't they gorgeous? And this one, look at them, with their little polyfrocks on. Absolutely lovely. So these are all freebies, okay, which I think is absolutely amazing. Now, the other set of freebies I wanted to show you from Nathalie's group only are her Christmas ones that she's done. And obviously these link in with her July kit, okay, which I'm using in the journal with all those lovely angels in. Beautiful envelopes, absolutely gorgeous. Really lovely fussy cut elements here, beautiful. And then you've got these absolutely lovely, I'm going to just try and, come here, can't get my finger underneath. I'm going to lift them up a bit. These lovely angels, look at them. And then you've got this card here, that can be a journaling card or whatever, and you've got the lovely little journaling cards at the bottom. And then you've got a lovely big one, okay, really lovely with that gorgeous deer on it. A smaller one without the deer, and a couple of more Svens on there, and these fussy cut elements. Now, these are all in Nathalie's group. Now, I know Teri also, in her group, she gives out freebies as well. And in Teri's group, she has some amazing tutorials, you know, and she will explain it, and she'll give you a PDF of how she did things, and absolutely lovely. So do go and look around the groups at the freebies that are there, and the help that Teri gives. I mean, she really does give a heck of a lot of help in her group, particularly if you don't know how to get around a computer very well, things like that, amazing. So I wanted to show you them first, okay? And then I'm going to show you what I've already done today. Right, well, yesterday we were on our little cards, weren't we? And we finished these lovely little cards up. So these are what we did yesterday, and I think they're adorable, absolutely adorable. And they're just on the side here. So they'll go in the journal. Then I got hold of the envelopes, and I've just put a little bit of you know, the glitter on, and a little bit of lace, and I think that they don't need anything else. I'm just making sure you're in frame. Absolutely lovely. So they're my envelopes, those 4 envelopes done. Then I also printed off the envelopes that I've just shown you, the freebie envelopes. I've gone around with the glitter again. I'm not sure if you can actually see the sparkle on these or not. You know, you might be able to if I wiggle it. And just put a little bit of lace on. They don't need much because they're such beautiful images. And the Victorians did fill the page with a lot of elements, didn't they? They were very much about putting it all in there. You don't need much, just a little bit of lace and you're away. So that I've got another couple of elements now to go in those to go in the journal. Then yesterday I was playing with this one, and this is going to make you laugh your head off, this one. I was playing with this image yesterday. So this is one of the fussy cut elements. So I was thinking of popping him in here. I love red cardinals. And then poor Sven, he was all on his own. And I went like this. And I just dropped him on there. And I was going to move around and put him. I'm not sure whether people would appreciate a flying Sven, do you? Do I give him wings or a can of Red Bull? And I was sat there last night, I thought, you cannot do that. You cannot have a flying Sven. You know, he's going to start flying now. And after that, I just gave in. I just thought, no, you've got to, you know, stop looking at it that way. You know, poor Sven, we'll use him somewhere else. So that was me messing about yesterday. So I've got the cards. And I've just messed about, putting bits of glitz and that on them just so that they look. Now what you can do with these now is you could immediately plonk all of these on the front of a card, you know, as in Christmas card. All you need is a piece of card, fold it in half, and you've got your Christmas card. And with these beautiful sayings and elements from Kyung, I mean, these are just gorgeous, they really are. You could pop one of those on the front, and you can put one of these inside, and you've got your Christmas cards made. Particularly if it's with people like, you know, your neighbours, you know, people that you say hello to, but you know, it's just a card, isn't it? Normally they will buy a box of the cheapest cards they can and just write them out and throw them through the door. You know, that sort of people, not the people that mean a lot to you. But even then, some of these could turn out really lovely. So I've literally just used a bit of ribbon. I've cut the ribbon in half actually, so that it wasn't so wide. This one, I say they've all got the glitter on. This one, I used that fussy cut element with the bells and the holly, and it just made that card. It was just something so tiny and so simple, and it just brought it together, because obviously this bell is off centre, and that just balanced it off, and I thought that is just so lovely on there. This one here, I've used this lovely fussy cut here, absolutely beautiful, because it was quite a plain page. There was nothing on it really, you know, it was quite very soft colours and not much going on. And by popping that on there, you've suddenly got the dimension in the card. You know, you can see these are in the distance, you know, and it just really brought it together. I popped Joyful Tidings on the front, and it made such a difference to that picture, because it was just very plain. There wasn't much going on there. Here's our lovely two lassies who reminded me of the Match Girl. Absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? Now, just popping a bit of lace down there just brought it together. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave these on all these cards. I was just messing around to see what it would look like. Not made my mind up on that one yet, so they might all disappear later. Now this one, I've used the fussy cut little girl, and if you look, she just fits perfectly under the A for a happy Christmas. How lovely is that? And this is one of those little egg-shaped ones, the ovals. Obviously I've cut a little bit off to fit it on, and it just filled out the page. But I mean, I couldn't believe how perfectly she sat there, you know, almost as if she's looking at a shop window, and this is in the shop window, and she's pointing up at it, you know, looking at it. Maybe this was in lights or something, and I thought that just worked really well. This one, because it was so busy, you couldn't really fit anything much in this. Oh, this one's travelling, isn't it? I've got a traveller. Again, I'm not sure if I'm leaving all the gems on or not. I was putting them on, and I haven't, because I'm not really a gem person. I don't tend to use them, only at Christmas. And it is very, very hard, but it's the middle of July and it's really hot to think of gems and Christmas. But you, with this, I say, you can't put anything at the top because you're going to take out your wording. If you come down here, you're going to cut the little lass off, you're going to cut the lads off. You know, there wasn't a lot of space to do things on here. So I've just glitzed up all that snow and just put a bit of ribbon on. As I say, I'm not sure about these, you know, whether I'm going to leave them on or not. I mean, I quite like them without, to be quite honest. Whoops a daisy, that one's fallen off. You'll see what I mean. It actually, I'll pull them off. I think it actually looks nicer without, but it gives you an idea of the difference that you can do with a card. The bit of bling on or without, however, you know, it feels right for you. So that's that one. This one, isn't he adorable with his gorgeous cookies and everything? Absolutely lovely. Trying to carry his wee tree home and everything. I think that is absolutely lovely and adorable, that one. This one, I think, is probably one of my favourites. Very, very simple. Just the white lace and the Yuletide with a bit of white lace under, and it just worked perfectly. Again, it's all got the glitz on it. Now this one, oh my days. This is the fussy cut. And as I stuck the fussy cut on here, not you know, before I'm gluing it, I don't mean stuck in as in glue stuck. I just popped it on here. Do you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the line The Witch and the Wardrobe. When Peter's gone through the wardrobe and the witch comes along and he gets in her sleigh. And I don't know why, maybe it's the wee boy looks a bit like the one in the movies. In fact, the series that was made in the UK in the 80s, my friend's husband actually worked on that. So, you know, it's something, and I hadn't even thought about it till just then. I haven't thought about it for years. But I don't know, it just has that feeling of the Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe on that. Let me know what you think. It just, I don't know, it just came to me. It might be because yesterday, it had to be a secret garden day yesterday. Sherry in Studio 28, she had a beautiful book cover, vintage book cover of A Secret Garden. Really beautiful for her next journal. Later on my FB wall, somebody else was making a journal, pages, a couple of pages. It was in Friendly Junk Journal People, that's where it was. And she'd made 2 beautiful pages. And there was a wee lad on a bed and all the rest of it. And she was calling it A Secret Garden. So whether it was because I was thinking about children's books or something, I don't know. But anyway, what I decided to do these, instead of actually making them into Christmas cards, what I thought I would do was get all of these and actually make pockets at the back of these, and then we could fit in journaling cards. Let me have the 2 that I had here yesterday. Right, I've got these 2 here. These are 2 of Nathalie's freebie ones, which will give me a rough idea of size, because I thought that would just be such a lovely thing to do. I see I've got Merry Christmas upside down. I didn't glue that on very well, did I? Heck, well, it's life. Maybe it was just the thought at the time. Maybe I was feeling a bit tipsy, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to pop that one on the back of that. That one says, gifts of time and love are surely the basic ingredients of a truly Merry Christmas. There's my glue. But I thought this would be lovely because it's like a secret journaling place, isn't it? Right at the back, where you would least expect it. And if you're doing your 30 days, I did get all my numbers put in yesterday. And yes, anybody who noticed I did not glue in number 13, I don't know how I didn't glue in number 13, but I found number 13 and I have actually put him in. So we do have a number 13 in there. Isn't that lovely? I think that would be so nice on the back of these cards. Obviously, I mean, I don't know what journaling cards I'm going to put in there yet, but I think that would be so lovely. You know, in your tuck spots, you know, your bottom pockets and things like that. So I'm just gonna, I love that one. I would love to get a card like that, wouldn't you? I think that is just so lovely and pretty. Well, Merry Christmas is the right way up on this one. Things are looking up today. Let's have a look. I've got just lots here, and I just want to see if I can get a colour that would sort of go with it. Right, what have we got here? Christmas waves a magic wand over the world, and behold, everything is softer and more beautiful. Beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely lovely. So let's pop that one on here. Just oops, a daisy. That went for a Burton, didn't it? And again, a card would just look, I just think this is I think it's just such a lovely, simple idea, but it would just change these lovely cards. I really love that paper. The most wonderful part of Christmas is spending time with family and friends. May your holidays be full of joy and good cheer. I'd love to know what your favourite Christmas movies are. To me, it has to be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase. I just, you know, it is just so funny, isn't it? It's absolutely amazing. You know, Chevy Chase is just amazing, really wonderful. And of course, Scrooged. That's another one that's really, really funny. I won't mention Groundhog Day because a lot of people, for some reason, that's quite big, that one. No, that would work. No, I'll put some more on. For some reason, there's a lot of people who don't like Groundhog Day. Decorate your Christmas with joy. I've been playing catch up on the videos of the girls who've been doing this, and some of the things they made are just ingenious. Nadia, beautiful, beautiful journal, and I can see she's already, I'm going to take them off of that one. I can see she's already sold her journal. What do you think? That'd work better, wouldn't it? Not so in your face. Still might take them off. I may have spent all that time putting them on now, take them all back off again. Right, what have we got here? May the true spirit of Christmas fill your heart and your home with joy today and into the coming. It's like they've missed off New Year, doesn't it? So I've actually sort of, I feel as though I've got somewhere, I've noticed I've come quite close on there. I need to trim that up. Let's have a look. What have we got here? One of the most glorious messes in the world is the mess created in the living room on Christmas Day. Don't clean it up too quickly. I think most mums nowadays, when the kids are unwrapping their presents, have that black bin bag at hand so they can just grab all the paper and ram it all in quickly so that the kids can see the presents, because obviously the kids, what they do, they rip all the paper up, don't they, and it's just thrown wherever they feel like throwing it, and you've got this big clouds of paper everywhere. And then obviously the next thing you need to handle is the fact that they're then ripping into the toys and you can't really see the toys, and you're frightened of the kids treading on them, because if they tread on them, then, you know, they're going to burst. And oh dear, I wish I could put up some of the Christmas spirit in jars and open a jar of it every month. Could you imagine that, having a jar of Christmas cookies and having a Christmas cookie once a month and feeling that spirit? It'd be lovely, wouldn't it? There's nothing like Christmas cookies. So I'm going to fill all my pockets later. I was so surprised how well that fit in there. It works so beautifully. And again, I'm going to have to either cover that or something. I hadn't noticed it till I turned it over. Right, what we got here? Hope this season finds you all wrapped up in happy. Well, our bank holiday, we have 2 August bank holidays. We have one on Monday, because you have one at the beginning of August and one at the end of August. So we've got one on Monday, and then we've got the other one obviously at the end of August. And the sales arrive. You know, it's a bit like your Black Friday. You know, the sales arrive. And I should imagine there's going to be a lot of people going out and getting decorating stuff and white goods. I think that's the thing people tend to think of at this time of year, because they want to try and get that done before they're thinking about the holiday season. There. Well, that was nice, isn't it? I really do like this idea, you know, popping that on the back. So I'm going to find some really tiny little journaling cards to put in these. And I'm then going to sort out poor Sven, because we're going to have to find somewhere for Sven to go, aren't we? Poor Sven. Maybe you could go down there. What do you think? Do you think we could give him a home down there? Actually, he probably would fit on there, wouldn't he? We can't leave him homeless. Poor little dot. I remember a couple of years ago, the toy to have was a sit-on Sven, and it was like, I think it was electrified, you know, motorised in some way that it moved. You know, the kids could sit on it and it moved. And they cost an absolute fortune. Interesting to see how many went in the bucket. Honestly. Something went wrong with them. What was it? It was Tamagotchis, I think, was the first time that a toy came out and nobody could get hold of it. And I mean, obviously at Christmas time you'd often have things like, I mean, it was like Thunderbird Island, when Thunderbird Island came out over here in the UK. I was very fortunate I managed to get one because I got it very, very early in Manchester. But I remember the Tamagotchis, and people were desperate to get these things. And, you know, they were queuing all night outside stores to try and get a Tamagotchi. It's funny, isn't it? The latest toy, and you think later on, I wonder if people have still got these things, you know. What happens later on? And then there was these hamsters. Levi wanted one of these hamsters, and they used to squeak, and they'd run along the floor and what have you. And I don't know how I managed it, but I went into Argos. It was late Christmas Eve. I'd gone into Argos to get something completely different. And they literally just put up a notice that they'd just got some in. I mean, Christmas Eve, late on Christmas Eve, you know. And I was able to get him one. I always remember that. I mean, he said to me, how many do you want? And I thought, well, I'm not going to be greedy. I only want one, you know. I mean, this is... You know, other people will want these. You know, I could have gone in there and said, yeah, I'll have 10. And then, no, you know, the rest of the queue could have gone and bolted, you know. But it was amazing to get it. But isn't it funny how, you know, all the kids want the same one? It has to be to do with the adverts, doesn't it? It has to be to do with the power of adverts. It really does. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me again this evening. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing the shaker card thingies with Nathalie. You know, we've got like several of these, and I just think these are so beautiful to make shaker cards out of. So I thought I'm going to make some shaker cards tomorrow to go in here, and I want to start getting my pockets ready, because you know, there's not much left to this month. So have an amazing day, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Do go and check out both groups. Because the girls put a lot of effort into doing the freebies. They really, really do. And they are so helpful. It's like Andrea Artimaze. She does the most beautiful, beautiful freebies. She really does. Her spring words that she did, which obviously was back in January, February sometime, I used them so much. You know, yeah, I buy her kits and I use her kits, but they were the most useful freebie I think I've ever had. Anyway, guys, have an amazing evening, day, whatever time of day it is you're watching this. And do go and look at the girls' kits, because they have put a lot of effort into them. And these ideas, hopefully you'll take these ideas forward. So when you're making your cards or whatever you're doing in sort of September, October time, you know, you can maybe come back and see the videos that the girls have done, because I'm telling you, some of the ideas are ingenious. They really are. So love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.